Welcome to Powercoat Music. In this video, we're going to do a quick review of the Fender DG-60 acoustic guitar. You can get this guitar new from around $130 to $150 retail. Used, it generally goes for anywhere between $80 to $90. Now, before we get into the pros and cons of the guitar, let's take a look at the quick specs. Now, this is the Fender DG-60 acoustic guitar. It's what Fender calls its classic design series, and the body style is a dreadnought body style. This particular body shape was pioneered by Martin guitars. The color of this one is black, but it also comes in natural. This guitar has a polyurethane gloss finish. I prefer the satin, but you get what you get at this price point. The top is a laminated spruce top, and inside the bracing for the guitar is, I don't know if you can see it, it is a scalloped X bracing. The back insides of this guitar are laminated mahogany. The neck wood on this guitar is what they call a NATO wood, and NATO wood basically is a collection of wood from mora trees. The fingerboard is snokeling, which is a fancy word for Indian rosewood. This guitar has 20 frets. The bridge is also snokeling, and it comes with a compensated saddle, which is urea, and urea is plastic. The machine heads are a die-cast chrome machine head. One cool thing about this guitar, the truss rod is a dual action truss rod right under the neck here, which means that when you turn it, the neck moves in two directions at the same time. Very good feature on this price point. It has black pickguard. The neck has dot inlays, as you can see. The bridge hole is actually beautiful. It is multi-ABS inlays on the sound hole. It's a rosette pattern. The guitar generally comes with black bridge pins, but I put the brass ones in to bring out the highs in the guitar. Now let's take a look at the cons. This guitar was not playable out of the box. The action was high and terrible, and there was a lot of fret buzz. The setup, to say the least, was not fun. To get this thing playable and get rid of the fret buzz was not easy. However, I also had to upgrade the nut and the saddle to a Graph Tech nut and saddle to give this guitar more stability and a better sound, because anywhere the string touches the guitar, you want to have the best possible parts that you can afford to help enhance your sound. The scalloped bracing in the guitar, which is pretty common for a dreadnought guitar, did not help with the bottom end here. This guitar does not have a lot of volume, it doesn't have a lot of bottom end, and it's weak on the mids. And that's a little unusual, but again, at this price point, it's probably because this guitar has a laminate spruce top as opposed to a solid spruce top. That's going to make a lot of difference there. Also, on this guitar, I have lighter strings, so that is also going to have some effect. If I used a heavier set of strings, that's going to give me much more bottom end, and I recommend, if you buy this guitar, that you put the heaviest possible strings that you can take on it in order to get that bottom end out of it. The tuners on this guitar were a bit sticky when I turned them, and what I had to do was I had to make a little adjustment in the screw on the peg, and that helped to smooth out the tuners quite a bit. That kind of bugged me, but it was something I was able to work through. The guitar also does not have any electronics. Now, to some of you, that's going to be a big deal. To me, not so much, because I mic my acoustic guitars in the studio. Now, let's take a look at the pros. This guitar has good highs. It really does, for reasons we've explained during the cons. After a setup, it played well. It played very well. I was surprised that I was able to get to that point, but it played very well after a setup. The frets are something that surprised me on this guitar. The frets were smooth, the edges, the sides were not sharp. These were not cheese graters. You could go up and down. The fretwork was very smooth on the edges. Thumbs up to Fender for that. At this price point, that is definitely a thumbs up, and I'm very happy with that part of it. I didn't have to do any fretwork or anything on this guitar. For 150 bucks, amen. Nice job, Fender. I would also say that what surprised me was the tuners. It's a con and a pro with this guitar. This guitar stayed in tune remarkably well. It sat in the case for a couple weeks. I pulled it out and it just needed some minor tuning. In some cases, when I took it out after not playing it for a while, it was in tune. Now, humidity and a number of other environmental factors do play a part, but for a $150 guitar, when I didn't have to tune it or need to tune it very much, that is definitely a major pro for this particular guitar. One last thing that surprised me was the fit and finish. The fit and finish was excellent. You can see around the neck and the sides and the back. This guitar was finished very well. The neck on the guitar was sturdy and a little thicker. The sides, the construction makes the guitar feel like it's 2 to 3 times more expensive than its price point. It's the sides and the neck that when you pick it up, it will fool you. It's a bit shocking. You would think without playing it that the guitar is 2 to 3 times more expensive than what it is. And that's really nice when you put it up against your body and hold the neck. The neck fits very well in your hand, and that is a very strong pro about this guitar in regards to its construction, fit and finish, and sturdiness. I would have to say that in summary, with a good setup, which is highly recommended or even required in many cases, that this would be a very good guitar for a beginner. It would also be good as a second practice guitar. You have your main acoustic guitar and you have a practice guitar that you may use at home or take places with you. After a setup, this guitar in that capacity would be very good, especially at the price point. You can't go wrong. Well, that about wraps it up. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd like to hear what you think. Click the subscribe button on your screen right now and join our group. We have new videos coming out every week, and while you're here at the channel, take a look at some of the other videos and listen to some of the music and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you soon.